Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another workbench edition of your porch picking series. Today I got my other old buddy. I've had, what do you think, Kim? I had him for about 5 years now. About that. I don't talk much about the banjo or anything like that. I usually just do lessons with it. So I'll take a minute and talk about it and brag about it. Hell, why not? Everybody else does on these videos. I will too. It's a Morgan Monroe. You know, it's just an open back. You know, for most frailers and clawhammer players, they like the open back style of banjo. But you can clawhammer on a resonator banjo as well. It's just a little simple. I like it because it's basic. Morgan Monroe's the brand.
It's so basic.
Yeah, well, I like it because you don't have to have a whole lot to mess with, a whole lot to deal with. You know, I mean, some banjos they have that when you get banjos out of the box, they have an adjustable tailpiece where you can tighten down the tension on the strings on the backside. Me, I have what they call a no-knot tailpiece, and for me, I like that because it's not a whole lot of hardware I got to deal with. Take string off, put another one on, and things of that nature. Which we're fixing to get started on that. Clean up on it, a little bit of maintenance, and strings of choice for this go-round are.
D'Addario.
Thank you. D'Addario or whatever, how you say that. 5-string banjos, stainless steel. They're not a sponsor. They just happen to be.
Sponsor me.
Everybody, this is my wife Kimberly. She's my camera girl. Say hey, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly.
She's my smart butt. No cussing on these videos. She gets me started sometimes. But yeah, we're going to get a new set of D'Addarios on there, if I said that right. To help clean up the banjo head, I have these magic erasers. Just dampen them a little bit, and they'll clean it up. I mean, that's even working without the moisture, but I like to dampen it a little bit. See, it took a little bit of that off. So let's cut some strings off here. Let's get started with it. Let's see if I can get that on there. Ooh, that ain't gonna fit. It fits these, but it won't fit that one. Let's start taking them off. These strings on here are 6 to 7 months old.
You know, I was covering up the thing, so I hope it didn't make it mumbled. I didn't realize my finger was right there on the thingy. the speakers.
Probably alright. They probably didn't want to hear all I had to say anyway. It's alright. We're going to go ahead and loosen these strings up. Dang, this winder's like a lifesaver. It takes so much time.
Cheater.
Shoot, my butt. I've been doing it for years by hand without these things. I'm allowed to cheat every once in a while. So let me see if I can get these things cut. Now I don't know where my regular normal size wire cutters are, so I'm using these little miniatures.
Last time I seen them, I had them in the house somewhere.
But you know what I say. Let's cut the bull crap. And we'll cut some strings. And that actually cut. I couldn't believe it. My Lord. Jesus.
Ah!
That went flying across the port. Nope, there's another one. No turning back. Strings are cut. Oh Lord, you know what I should have done? I wanted to see if the neck was straight before I took the strings off, but that's okay. I'll do it. Strings off. I'll check the straightness of the neck. Moving forwards, not backwards here. Take the old strings off. And if Kimberly can zoom in real good, you can see where all the dust pretty much collects on the headstock over time. And it's a hard place to clean because you got your strings on it. And so she can probably zoom in there. She's a good camera girl. Kimberly has her own YouTube channel. If y'all ever get a chance, zoom on over and check her out. Kimberly Johns, right? That's the name of it?
Yeah.
We'll put the links. I'll put the links down in the description below. And you can check her channel out. She got some good stuff on there. And there's some stuff I can collab with her with on it. This seems kind of old.
We're about to collab on another Halloween video. If we can get together to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to sand this a little bit. It's kind of sand this bridge a little bit. It's kind of wobbly. Kind of sand it down a little bit, but not too much.
Who needs nails on chalkboard? You got sand in the bridge.
It's kind of doing a rocking thing. A little bit more. Straighten the bridge out a little bit. I guess over time, where it sags on the head.
It's not supposed to rock. It's supposed to roll.
Yeah.
Thumb roll.
That's right. Banjo roll. That's right. Somehow I don't think it's supposed to pivot on that center thing. That center peg, you see how it's spinning around on it? I don't think it's supposed to do that.
It idolizes be a fidget spinner.
That's better. Alright, now we got that. Let's take this fifth string off. I got the string height gauge here too. Once I put the new strings on, I'll check the gauge, check the height, and I'll check the neck tension after I get the new strings on, I guess, since I took it off. But let's go through it. Let me talk a little bit about it. Now, banjos are a tension instrument. You got two things here working together, wood and metal. Okay, you want to go through and check these, every nut, every bolt. You want to go through and check, make sure they're good and snug and tight, because if you don't, you're going to have an ugly sound, and nobody wants an ugly sound out of a banjo. So what you want to do, all these little nuts right here, these two things, make sure they're all snug. Reach in the toolbox here, grab a pair of pliers, and adjust them here, come across here. The first things I check are these nuts back here. Make sure they're just good and snug. This is the neck support one. So we just want to make sure it's good and snug, and that one is. It's good and snug. Come across to this one, do the same thing. Good and snug. It's the one that goes to the tailpiece. You don't want to over tighten those, because you can really do damage to the pot. So you don't want to over tighten it. You just want it good and snug. You see how that tailpiece came a little loose? And that's why when you took the strings off, that's okay. We'll tighten that up. Once we get the strings on there, we'll make sure we get that a good tightening too. Yeah, we'll get it going. There we go, it's tight. But yeah, you want to make sure all these are tight. Now, if you get a banjo brand new, if your banjo is brand new, you probably have one of those little, they look like little corncob pipes almost, you know.
Button nose and two eyes made out of gold.
The little wrench that comes with the banjo.
Wrench.
But I don't have mine anymore. But I do have this little tool I put together. It's a 9/32 size socket. And that one's too damn big.
That's what she said.
Somebody changed it out. Let me see, hang on a minute. You know what? I wonder if I put it on this one.
We were changing out the actuator.
Yeah, that's right. We had to use that to change out the actuator. So I wonder if it's number 6. It is. Alright, so 6 mil is what size this is. So what you want to do is you want to go through this and retighten your head, because over time it stretches out, gets soft, like that. But the first thing I do, if I can find my flips, got everything in the world in there, and just tighten these nuts up. And through the magic of editing, after I get done saying this, we're going to try to speed this part up, because watching me tighten these down is almost like the equivalent of sitting and watching paint dry. And these are loose. Wow. You just want to make sure all these are good and snug. So I'm going to count down here, and through the magic of editing, I'm going to be ready to move on to the next task. So 3, 2, 1. See you on the next side. Alright, so what I did now is I just went around each one of these and tightened them. That's basically what you're doing, is you're just re-tightening the head down. After a while it starts to stretch out and sag, and you can tell by the tone, stuff like that. Next thing we're going to do, now we're going to do a little cleaning. A couple of things I use for that. Magic eraser, little magic erase pads, they work wonders for this kind of stuff. A toothbrush for them hard to reach places. Haha, get it? Hard to reach places. No, but anyway, what I use it, I do dry dusting. I don't ever put any moisture inside between the rim and the banjo head itself, because down in that crevice you start getting caked up dust and grime and things of that nature.
Rick Grimes.
That over time it will do some damage to your head around the edge. I got a banjo head in there off my first banjo that Kim painted, and that's what happened to it over time. All that dust and stuff in there, I never cleaned it out, and I was sitting there playing one night, and all of a sudden the banjo head popped. Not anywhere in the middle, but right here along the edge it popped, just tore along the edges. And then I learned that, you know, you keep that cleaned out, that little space cleaned out, and that kind of helps prolong its life a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go around.
Any guys out there, remember, keep your nuts tight and clean your head.
Kimberly.
What?
Got kids watching these videos too, probably.
Yes, they're so, like, children are so into watching a grown man clean a banjo. That's what's in right now.
Meet Kim. She's so enthusiastic about the banjo. But I appreciate her helping me out. Get in there, clean that out really good. All that dust. Yeah, that came out yellow. What the hell I got up in there is yellow. So anyway, as you're tightening the head, what you're looking for is you're looking for some even tension all the way around the pot, pretty much. You don't want to over tighten because you can pop the head, but just nice and snug. You can hear the difference in tone in your banjo head, so you can actually hear it. All that damn thumping that people do when they're tightening it down on all four corners of it, that's for the birds. Just listen out for it. You can hear it as you're actually doing it. You can actually hear the tone as you're doing this. You hear it? You can actually hear the tone. You know you're getting it tight enough. And to me, I like that. I like that good. It's good and solid. But alright, now we're going to get to the other parts of the cleanup here. Now what I am going to do,
Let's get down to business.
what I am going to do is I'm going to dampen a side of that dry erase, just at the corner of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it around the banjo head. Kind of just, some of this might be permanent marker. Steven got a hold of a marker and wanted to leave Daddy some artwork. Nice little circular motion.
Wax on, wax off.
Mm-hmm.
Miss a spot.
Some of it just probably will not come off. Look at all that. Clean it up real good. Especially, I'll do it right up here at the fretboard. Especially around the frets. We could really clean these frets up. Around that nut and the headstock. Just go through it and clean it while you have no strings on it. It's the perfect time to do that.
No strings attached.
Absolutely none. Got no strings to hold me down. Use it to kind of clean up the fretboard a little bit. Go over it. When I first got this Monroe, it had a black banjo head on it. Before that dries, I didn't bring a cloth out here, so you usually bring a cloth out here with you to help dry up the banjo head once it's done. It's gonna help wipe that away, but I got the shirt tail method, you know. Spare no expense. All them professionals out there probably cussing me right now. Oh, look at what he's doing! Oh yeah. And then you get them in here, you just wipe it down a little bit. Shoo, get it good and clean. No fuss, no muss. Now take it, once you get done with that, turn it over. But you're going to have dust that has settled inside. Let me see if I find another. Here, I'll use this. A little buffer pad. This will work. Take it, come in here and dust out the inside the pot where all the dust builds up. Because I don't put it in its case when I'm done with it. So it sits out. There's some dust in there, boy. I need to get one of them air dusters. Air in a can. That's what I really need. Let me see if I can use that toothbrush. Get up in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Coming out of that cutaway right there. One thing neat about these Morgan Monroes, they're a good quality, inexpensive banjo you can get. I think we paid what, baby? About a couple $100 for it. And the thing about it is, you know how some of the expensive banjos they have a tone ring. Check this cool thing out that Morgan Monroe does. They go ahead and they cut out the little excess of that pot right there. Don't mind the dust, that's what I'm cleaning out. They clean out the excess little cutaway in that pot, which in turn, in itself, is kind of sort of like a...
I can't get in there to see it. There's
a tone ring. I don't know if you can see a little ridge, and it drops off inside. But it's in a way a tone ring built into the banjo. You know, they thought about that, and that's what makes them such good quality. To me, I love the Morgan Monroe. This thing has taken some abuse through me learning and all the other good attributes.
Steven.
And Steven, my 1-year-old, yes. And this is only my second banjo, and I think I'm gonna have it till it's basically just splinters, till it decides it doesn't want to be played no more, you know. So now they got that kind of dusted out a little bit. Clean that out. Lord, I really should have brought me a towel out here, but I didn't think about that. I'm never as prepared for these videos as I would like to think I am. So turn this over, lay it down upside down, and what we're going to do, re-wet, exactly what I said, re-wet.
Now whisk, we wet it.
Thank you. This, come across here. And you know something cool, I'll tell you how much I played this thing. This neck didn't have a shine to it. It just came in what's that, satin finish, I guess, with no gloss, honey. It was just is that what they call that finish?
Matte.
It's a matte finish.
Got a matte finish.
Yeah, it was like it didn't even have no shine to it. But over the years of me doing the chords and slides and all that stuff, I've rubbed the shine into it from my fingers over the years. And look here, I don't know if it can zoom in right there. You can actually see.
You keep moving it.
Sorry. Right there where you can tell where I play the most at. I don't ever go up here. This is kind of like no man's land up there, pretty much, at the top of the fretboard. But yeah, this thing has been my good buddy for a good 5 years. That acoustic guitar I've had for 10 years. And I just recently did the strings on it. Y'all seen that video probably. I want to take this time as I'm doing this little bit to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Be sure to check out my new EP that I just released about a month ago. It's available on most every fathomable music streaming services.
iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, something else. Tidal.
And let's see, I have my phone.
Bandcamp.
I have my phone. I can give y'all a little, while I'm doing this, I can give y'all a little preview. But Spotify lets you go and you can actually preview them. You get these flies out of here. Put some of this away, clear the workspace off while I wait for that to pull up. just kind of give y'all a preview.
Available for stream and or full purchase, and with full-on CDs for people who want a hard copy to come soon.
And I have a Patreon. Be sure to check it out. Banjo lessons will be free. So let me click here. What you do is go to Spotify and you click there. Here's just.
Oops.
And then hit that. It's just previews of the song.
I don't know if that was the one you clicked on, but...
Alright, I'm gonna count down to 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna do a fade out right here, I guess.
Try to search for words to be told. It can sometimes be impossible for us. Bad luck we're just in. Well, I'm tired of living life this way.
Sorry, while y'all are previewing them music, I stepped in there and went ahead and got me a towel so I can kind of buff this thing a little bit better. I don't really have cleaning cloths, so I got to use whatever I have available, which if you're a true musician, you've always heard me say this, you're not living on a fixed budget, you're not living on a good budget, you're living on a broke budget, and you got to have your own means of getting the job done. So we're going to finish wiping this down. You can just see the nicks and stuff. Yeah, my EP's available. Check it out. I'm real excited about it. I have a music video already uploaded with one of the songs to this channel called Songwriter. Be sure to check it out if you haven't done so already. Hey there, everybody! Welcome to another workbench edition of the porch picking. Damn it. 3, 2, 1, go.